Hey y'all, welcome on back. My name is Alex with the Creative Llama, and if you see that red live box right there, that means I'm live, but if you don't see it, that just means you are catching the replay. So we are creating the other half of the duo that I posted about in my VIP group earlier this week. So earlier this week we made this angel right here. We made her, but then I also posted an Uncle Sam shelf sitter, so we are going to do that today. So hit the heart button for me, comment the word uncle, and I will send you the info for everything, but I'm trying to get my tape open. And when y'all pop on, say hey. So there's lots of different layers to this. We're just going to paint. We're not going to use any transfers this morning. We are just painting and putting this guy together. So everything that you see that is on the Uncle Sam, hi. Everything that you see on the Uncle Sam, it will come with the Uncle Sam. So we do have quite a bit of painting to do. But he's about 8.5 inches. Hi, Dolores. Happy birthday. Y'all, it's Miss Dolores' birthday. Okay, here we go. Let's start painting. So I know I want to base coat these in white, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. But y'all, what color should we do his beard and his body? White? Should we do white? Gray. Good morning. All right. Now I am going to not paint these. Actually, I take that back. I'm going to paint the brim of the hat solid. Just ignore me, y'all. I'm thinking out loud here. Good morning, y'all. Hi, Fatima. Did I say it right that time? Fatima? Not Fatima, Fatima. Did I say it right? Tell me. All right, y'all. Every time I use white, but it's because I thin it out. So that's on me. That's not the paint's fault. It's me. It's a me thing. Good morning. Hello. Yes, it is Miss Dolores' birthday. She is very excited. And I just hope she has the best day. I hope all of y'all have the best day. So we are going to do a second coat of the white because we're going to do red and white stripes on his hat. And I want those stripes to be nice and bright. So that's what we're going to do. Hello, good morning. How is everybody doing? It is Thursday. We're almost done with this week. And it's Mother's Day this weekend. So, yay. Okay. I know. Isn't her name so pretty? All right, let's get these dry. This one I'm not going to dry because we're going to actually go over that in blue here in a little bit. So I don't really need that to be dry right this second. When you pop on, say hey, hit the heart button for me, and be sure to sprinkle the video for me. Sprinkling helps me out tremendously, as I always tell y'all. But yeah. Good morning, Miss Sharon. All right, we're going to do one more coat on this guy. But y'all, what color should his, let me show y'all. What color should his beard be? What do y'all think? Gray? I was thinking of doing like our grayish and lightening it up just a smidge and doing his body white. Hello, good morning. All right, we're gonna do one more coat of white on his hat and then we'll move to the next part. What is the benefit of painting it white first? Well, I'm planning on, you'll see here in a little bit, but a lot of times I tell y'all to paint white first. If your colors are bright, white will do a base coat and it will make your colors dry brighter because you're not putting it on a dark surface anymore. You're putting it on a lighter colored surface. But I am going to base coat mine white because I'm going to paint this kind of roughly, and I want some of that white to show through on that one specifically. Hi, April. Let me dry this. I'm still trying to pull up comments over here. I'm not ignoring y'all, I promise. Hi, Mary Jo. Good morning, Miss Donna. Yeah, there you go, Michelle. It'll pop the color, exactly. It'll just make your colors be brighter. So like, I'm going to use the color Retro today. This will be brighter because I painted the surface, the surface white first. But I'm trying to decide the colors for, I'm thinking out loud here. Oh no! I'm trying to decide the color for his beard. All right, so that's nice and white. I'm gonna put that to the side. And then we are gonna pull out, we got a lot of different parts today, y'all. Let's pull out this part. So I am gonna paint his shoes, his hands, and the USA on here. So I'm gonna need my placement tape. I'm gonna use this, if I can get it open. My brush, yay! Hi, Tammy, how are you? If you're just popping on, y'all, we are just painting a cutout today. We're not using a transfer of any kind. We are gonna use our colors though. Okay, that's not gonna work. Hold on, y'all. So, hang out with me. I'll do a giveaway here and there. Hi, yes, happy Thursday. I'll do a giveaway here and there. So make sure you're commenting, you're interacting, you're hitting that heart button, all the good things. And your name will get entered in to win. So I'm using my placement tape to kind of help me mark off the hands. Thank you. Y'all are awesome. But we're going to paint his shoes first, and we're going to do this in brown while I'm still trying to decide what color to paint his mustache. This is my inspo picture that I'm going off of. And it looks like in the picture it's like a lighter gray. So I'm trying to decide what to do, you know? You know what I mean? Color choice is hard for me. I always struggle with it. Light gray, that's what I was thinking. Cloudy, yeah. Hi, Cheryl. All right, so I'm gonna take my bark color and I'm just gonna take a foam brush and just paint this right on here. I should only really have to do one coat of the bark, but we'll see. Sometimes my bark dries, like where you can see the strokes, and you don't want that. So, there we go. Rain, litter, PE, light gray would be great. Do you think this is good enough, or should I lighten that up a little bit more? Hi, Jackie. I was thinking of lightening it up just a smidge, but I don't know. I kind of like the gray, the grayish. Yes, happy Mother's Day. What are y'all doing for Mother's Day? And I'm so sorry if you've lost a mom this year and Mother's Day may not be a fun day for you. I'm thinking about y'all who have lost your moms. Hi, Deb Williamson. All right, let's dry this. Thank you for sharing. But what are y'all doing for Mother's Day? Anything fun? I think we're gonna hang by the pool at my parents' house. And then I think that's it. Hanging out with you this morning is a great distraction. Oh, Miss Cheryl, I'm so sorry. Ugh, sick kids are never fun. Not that I would like know, but I was a teacher. I taught. Sick kids are not fun. If you are new to me, please let us know if you are new. My name is Alex. A little bit about me is I live in Texas. I live in San Antonio. And like I just said, I used to be a teacher. I taught for 11 years. Brunch with my daughter. Oh, how fun. Hosting a light brunch. That's wonderful. I received my, yay. I didn't even know there was a Chocathon t-shirt. I didn't even know that. See, Miss Colleen, you're teaching me things. I had no clue. Hi, Tonya. Tanya. I don't know which one it is. So I apologize if I'm saying it wrong. All right, so I do see where there's a little bit of where the tape covered up. So I'm gonna pick up a smaller brush and just do my best to not go over. Okay, so there are his little shoes. Y'all, this little Uncle Sam is gonna be adorable. And then next we're gonna do his hands. Hanging out with my daughter, fun. Yes, comment the word uncle and you'll get the supply list. I'm gonna use acrylic paint for the hands. So I'm gonna use the color warm beige. You can, oh heck y'all. Oh, no, no, no. No, I didn't. I lost his little nose. There it is. So he does come with a nose. I thought I lost it. I'm going to use the color Warm Beige. You can use whatever color you want. You don't have to do the Warm Beige, but this one is Americana Deco Art Warm Beige. And I'm just going to do his nose and his little hands in this color. But let me know in the comments, have y'all started your patriotic crafting? Have y'all made anything? I love patriotic crafts. I think I just love the red, white, and blue. It just makes me so happy. Hi, Pamela. Good morning. I'm good. I'm so glad you're here. Lunch with my kids. Then my girls take me to several greenhouses. Oh, I love that. Miss Deb, that is so sweet. How fun is that? Do y'all do that every year? I'm guessing so. But I think that's so cool if you do that every year. I love fresh flowers, but I can't ever, I don't know. I just don't do well keeping things alive other than dogs. If I'm telling you the truth. And there, you know, my one dog almost died this year. So we'll see. We'll see how the rest of the year goes. All right. So I am just taking a smaller brush and I am just going in with the detail. So I'm sorry if you comment and I miss your comments. My head is down and I'm trying to make sure I don't paint where I'm not supposed to. That's so fun. You have started making some. What temperature should we store our paste? Like room temperature? Like the room that I'm in the summer, it's going to get really hot in here because there's windows behind the camera and windows right here. So it will get warm in my room, so my paste will heat up and kind of soften, which is fine. But, I mean, keep them at room temperature is what I suggest. It's not going to hurt anything. Making USA blocks. Ooh, fun. Some, but waiting on my order from... Okay, okay. All right, so we're going to go in. We're going to finish up his little hands like so. Okay. Super cute. Hi, Joy's Crazy for Crafts. How are you? All right, so this is where the detail work is a little bit. Once we get past this, it's gonna be smooth sailing because all we have to do is paint his mustache, his body, and then finish up the stripes and everything. So this is where it gets a little more detailed. So let me know in the comments, should we do... So think about this. We're going to have the stripes on his hat. We're going to use the color retro. Okay. What red should we use? Should we do, should we do candy apple or should we do cherry? Which color do you suggest? It should be okay. I mean, where do you live, Miss Colleen? How hot does it get where you live? Fun. I love that, Miss Deb. What red should we do? So this is cherry. This is candy apple. I'm just kind of thinking cherry. Hi, Barbara Bailey. That's okay. All right, let's do cherry. Candy apple is brighter. But just because retro, I'm going to go with cherry. Just because retro is so bright, maybe we can, you can do candy apple too. I'm going to do cherry and we're going to see how this turns out. Okay. So I'm going in. Now you can totally tape the off where the score marks are. I'm not going to, I'm just going to freehand it. That could be a mistake. If you're new here, I'm not the best at painting by any means, but I'm trying. Good morning, Sandy Smith. How are you, my friend? So then we're going to turn this around and go this way. We're going to see what it looks like with the retro right next to it here in just 1 second. But we are going to use retro today. And if you're like, what is so great about retro? Retro is our color of the month. So if you're not sure, Chalk Couture does a color of the month every single month. It's an exclusive color. And once it's gone, it's gone. So be sure to snag that with an order of $75 or more. And if you comment the word uncle, I'll send you the supply list, including all the colors. And a retro is in there. All right. So there's our candy apple. All right, let's dry that. And then let's do the retro. Good morning. I know, retro and a shimmer would be gorgeous. I know. I totally agree with you. All right, let's pull out retro. So this is the color retro. It's a really pretty blue. Pull this out and let's, there it is next to each other. What do y'all think? I would try to store them over the summer at least, Miss Colleen, maybe in your house. I'm just afraid if it gets too hot, it could mess them up. But let me ask around and see. Because I know some people who have like their crafting room in their garage, but they have an AC in there. So I don't know. Oh, yeah, there it is. I was waiting for it. Boone saying hi. Boone and Tucker say hi to all of you. It's always at least at one point during the live that they say hello. They chose now. All right. What do y'all think? Hi, Marcia. How are you? Let's dry. And then we're going to do the A in white. And then the detail paintwork is about done. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take a white brush, clean that off a little bit. Yes, they say hello. They say hello. You're so welcome. They say hello. Yeah, when I didn't come up with that, Michelle. Someone commented like, oh, they're just saying hi. I'm like, well, we're going to go with that. That is just their way of saying hello to all of you. And that let you know that they're here. Now, if I kept them outside while I was live, y'all know, some of y'all know that the neighbor's dog will start barking and then they will start barking. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation. They're going to bark at some point during the live, so better to be inside. But they bark at like literally everything. Like a car door slams. We need to bark about it. Somebody walks by. We need to bark about it. Anybody else's dog like that? I wish I had, my dogs were like those who just didn't care. You know, they just ignored everybody, but not my dogs. Not my two. Boone is an Australian Shepherd and Tucker is a miniature long-haired dachshund. So, I know he's turning out cute. It's kind of hard to see it right now, but I promise it's coming together. I promise. I promise, I promise. Okay. This is where I probably should pull out an angled brush. And I put way too much on my paintbrush. But I'm just trying to smooth this out best I can. Okay, let's dry. And then I'm going to touch it up with the retro. Sorry, got a phone call. My dog learned the tone of our Ring camera. Oh, yes, Sarah. Mine learned the same thing. Our boxers used to think they own both sides of the road. I love that, Miss Barb. That's exactly right. Yeah. Okay. So then I'm not, y'all get me. You know, because I always see like those dogs who like just don't bark. They don't jump. They don't even like really acknowledge when people come over or anything like that. And my dogs are not that way. And I'm like always jealous of those people. Yes, my dog barks at everyone pulling into their own driveways or walking by. She can see all the houses from the sofa. Yes, same, Denise. So the way my sofa is, my miniature dachshund will like perch on the edge of the sofa and just watch everybody. And so when he starts barking, then the other one starts barking. And Boone, Tucker will start barking at something. Boone is just barking because Tucker's barking. And he has no clue what he's barking at, but he's like, if Tucker's barking, I'm barking too. Oh, yeah, Michelle, then you get it too. You have an Aussie too? That's awesome. I love my Australian Shepherd. We live on a corner and Hardy make sure no one will come close by. Oh, that's funny. Alrighty. I just stuck my finger in all right, so here's this part. You'll be able to see the red once we get this painted, okay? So we decided, so the cool thing about this is we only need to paint the mustache because this is going to line up on top of the shoes, and then we do have his little nose, okay? So we only need to paint the mustache on this part. Now, if you want to paint it all, you can go right ahead. Yeah. Okay. Let's do a little, you know what? I'm going to base coat this white. No. I feel like that's too dark. What do y'all think? Is that too dark? I feel like I should lighten it up a smidge. Let's lighten it up. I'm going to get a little cup and we are going to, I'm thinking out loud here, sorry. Because I don't want it to be bright white, but I want it to be just like, I think Miss Stephanie said cloudy, like a really, really light gray. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bunch of white, and I probably should be using a stir stick, but I'm not, and it's okay. And then I'm going to dump in a little bit of this, and we're going to mix. I just want to make it a little, I guess, grayish white. Does that make sense? Gray. Oh my gosh. This is not working. I need a stir stick. Give me a second. Let me go grab one. Oh my word, y'all. It just soaked up everything. I should have known better. I knew better to use that. That's on me. Okay, here we go. Because that stir stick, that little sponge looking thing that I used just soaked all of that up. All right, a little bit of white, a little bit of the gray, and let's mix. So you can mix your colors. Don't be afraid to mix. It's really fun. You can come up with all sorts of colors. I need a little bit more gray. Mix this in. And here we go. All right, what are y'all making for Mother's Day? I know a lot of y'all said y'all were going out to eat, but if you're staying home, what do y'all make? Is there like something that y'all make every year for Mother's Day? Or do you go, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. All right, here we go. We're going to go in. This is cloudy. It's like off. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So it looks pretty white, I feel like, on camera, but it's like it's definitely a grayish white. So I'm not going to worry about getting off or into the shoes or anything like that because you know what? We're going to cover those right up. So I'm just trying to spread the paint to where it's not so thick in some areas. Okay. What do y'all think? Oh, Mom, they should make it for me. Well, you know what I mean. Like, I absolutely agree with you, Miss Colleen. What do y'all have to eat? I agree. I absolutely agree with you. Okay. Then we're going to take his little body and we're going to paint this little area the same color. And then what we'll do at the end is we will take some paint pens and we will dress it up. Okay, just checking the time. Okay, no. Okay, I was trying to figure out when my time ends. I got a little while. Sorry. You just saw me thinking. I'm a disaster today, y'all. A disaster. All right, now once all of this is good to go, then we'll paint the stripes. And then we are about done with the painting, I promise. This was a pretty heavy, like, painting craft. But sometimes I like just to do that with y'all. Because sometimes not everybody wants to do all the transfers and stuff. So I try to do a little bit of variety for y'all. All right, let me clean this up. I am going to keep this just in case something didn't get covered. Let's close up the grays. That's the new gray. It's grayish gray. And then we're gonna close the white. My husband will prepare brisket. Ooh, fun. Okay, all right. Clean this off, and then all we have left is the hat, and then we're done. We're done with the painting, almost, okay? So do me a huge favor. I know it's kind of hard to see it, but hit that heart button for me, and I promise it will come together in just 1 second. Y'all are awesome. Chicken salad, croissants, fruit, veggies, fun. Yeah, no, I agree with Miss Colleen. If you're a mom, then the meal should be made for you. You shouldn't be cooking your own Mother's Day meal. All right, so here is our hat. So, sorry, I got a message. So the lines are scored on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my placement tape again, and I'm going to tape off where those score lines are so I know where I want the red to be. Okay, but good thing we painted it white, because then, hold on, I'm looking. Because then I can just leave those white. I didn't open enough there. All right, here we go. So we're gonna just tape off the white areas. And it is a little angled, but I want straight lines. So that's why I'm taping it, because I don't want to have to attempt to try to paint this straight. A chicken salad croissant sandwich. Oh, that sounds, yeah. That's okay, Michelle. We just did a lot of the painting, but you'll get to see it all come together, which we're almost there. We got the stripes to paint, and then the hat, and then it's going to be time to put this cutie Uncle Sam together. Now, I know when I posted these in my VIP group earlier this week, a lot of people said they are not fans of gnomes. So let me know in the comments, are you a fan of gnomes? Like, do you like gnomes? Because I feel like people either love them or they hate them. I think so too, Miss Mary Jo. I think so too. I hope so. All right. Let's get out our candy apple. I'm going to spray a little bit of water in here. Use distilled water. I did not use distilled just because it's at the end of the jar. Rachel's your gnome dealer. Rachel loves the gnomes. She sure does, Michelle. She loves them. All right, so I'm not going to worry about this part right here because we're going to cover it up with this guy, okay? So I can go down a little bit farther just to make sure that it's nice and covered. I love gnomes. I didn't used to be, but now I have gnomes for every season and holiday. Yeah, people love them, or like, they don't bother me. As long as they're not creepy gnomes, you know? Like, there's some like creepy gnomes out there, and I'm not about that one. But like cute little gnomes, they don't bother me. Not a big gnome fan, but this guy is adorable. Thank you. My cousin, when she got married, she, as her like little wedding parting gift for everybody, was she gave everybody these little like ceramic gnomes. And so my brother took a bunch of them, and I think I have 2 or 3 of them. And when I moved into this house, my mom found them and she hid them around the house. Good morning, Lori. How are you? As a kid, I used to collect. Okay, okay. All right. Getting this painted. Good thing we painted it white, so that way we don't have to paint white stripes, you know. You could do that too, but I find this to be a lot easier. Yeah. I agree, Miss Michelle. Alrighty, getting this down. We're gonna dry it. We're gonna see if it needs another coat. I'm thinking it might, but let's dry. They're okay. Yeah, not everybody loves them, and that's okay. That is a-okay. Let's dry this. Now, I actually think it's gonna be fine, because what I want to do, that's what I meant to do. Duh, Alex. What I wanted to do was not paint them perfectly and have a little bit of the white shining through. So I messed that up. So what we'll do is we'll sand it just a little bit to kind of get that white to come through. Okay. No, where the tape is, it's going to stay white. Yes, Tammy, I am. You'll see it in just 1 second, Miss Colleen. Okay, so when I peel this up, there's the white stripes. Now you could totally do it individually if you wanted to, but who has time for that? Not me. Not me. All right. Come on. And then this one, we're going to lift up and pull. And there it is. Now, remember, this is going here, so it's going to cover it. All right. So that is painted. We're going to put that to the side. Let's clean this up. Y'all, the painting is almost done, I promise. And then comes the fun part of putting it together. So I'm going to take my retro, and what I'm going to do is kind of not paint this absolutely perfect because I want some of that white to shine through, which is what I meant to do with the red stripes, and I forgot. So we're going to sand those down just a little bit, but I'm going just to offload my brush. Thank you for the follow. Anytime y'all hit that follow button, that little blue number right there does move. So if you haven't hit the follow button, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna paint the whole thing blue and then we'll sand. Just cause I already kind of messed it up. It's okay. There we go. All right, y'all, the painting is done. Yay! Hit that heart button if you're glad the painting's over. Some people love to sit here and watch people paint, and some people don't, which I can understand. But we are done. All right, let's dry these. Well, that one's dry. Let's get this dry. We'll sand it off just a little bit, and then it's going to be time to put it together, okay? And then what we'll do is we will actually go in with a paint pen and do the stars, which I'll show y'all here in a minute. So let's get these sanded and then clean up the edges. All right. Let's wipe all of this off, get our mat nice and clean. Y'all, this glass mat, I always talk about it, I know. It's because I love it so much. This glass mat is the bomb. Okay, depends on what they're painting. Yeah, I can understand that. Okay, let's get out our sander. That's white. We're gonna do this one. And I also love my Gator sander because you can switch out the grits very easily. And I'm just going, yeah. So do you see how I'm lightly sanding and it's distressing it? That's what I wanted. I wanted some of that white to pop through, just like that. Yes. That's exactly what I wanted. Yay! Look at me, I did it. I did it, y'all. Okay. All right, there's what I have. Let's get out our Posca paint pens, or just our paint pens in general. I'm gonna use a small white paint pen, and so it's kind of hard to see, but there are stars scored on there. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna trace. I'm just going to trace. Maybe if this pen wants to work with me, there we go. Okay, let's do a different white one. There we go. Now you could paint these in too if you wanted. What are your favorite paint pens? Posca, The Posca paint pens are my fave. I have another brand. These are called Arctics. I like those too because it has a fine tip. Okay, I got 10 minutes, y'all. 10 minutes, and I think that's plenty of time to get all of this done. Struggling with the coloring in. I just need to make sure there's quite a bit of paint in the tip to help with that. And it kind of looks a little messy, but that's okay. I would suggest maybe outlining your star first and then going in with actual paint. I think that's a better option than what I'm doing. Just because my white paint pen doesn't like to stay filled. I don't know how to put it without it like adding too much and then it looking like a disaster. But we're just going to go with it. We're going to ignore that star's a little messed up. Okay? We're just going to ignore that. All right, then we're going to go in with, I think, yellow. And we're going to do the dots. And I'm going to let that dry. Do I like that? No, this is the one I wanted. Okay, we're going to dry. Yeah. No, it's just that middle star. He looks a little wonky. That's okay, though. It's handmade, so it's not going to be perfect, you know? That's okay. All right, I'm going to go in with a different Posca paint pen. Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's much brighter. So I went in with the Arctics brand, and it dulls it a little bit. But I like the Posca because it's bright. If you comment the word uncle, UNCLE, everything on like all my paint pens and everything like that are on my Amazon favorites. So you go to the bottom of the message, there'll be a button that says Amazon favorites and it'll take you directly to my store. Yeah, they don't. Alrighty, so I'm going to switch this out. We're going to rough this up just a little bit. I'm switching them out because there is blue on there and I don't want that blue to transfer on to the red. So I am just going, yeah, that's what I wanted. I just wanted it to look roughed up a smidge. There we go. Oh, heck. Oh, heck, y'all, look what I did. Let's see if some white. Oh, y'all, why did I do that? Hold on, before I get it wet. That's okay. I might have to go in with white and clean it up. Yeah. Y'all, I was trying to be smart and look what happened. So when I sanded, I got it where it wasn't supposed to be. The red. So we're just going to go in with white really quickly. It may not be perfect, but that's okay. So when you do this, I suggest maybe painting and sanding first your red stripes and then painting white. Unless someone else has a different way of preventing that from happening. It's okay. It's all fixable. It can all be fixed. That's the great thing about paint, is that paint can fix. And I just got it over the stripe, but we're going to just go with it. I'm like not being so precise with it. Let me dry this. Making it unique with a little unwanted details. Yes, Miss Pamela. That's exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, red stains so easily. red stains incredibly easily. All right, this is gonna drive me nuts. So I'm gonna try to fix this little part right here and not be so perfect with it. Okay, good enough. All right, let's put him together. Let's finally put him together. So here's his little body. Here's his hat. Okay, let's glue this first. So what I'm using is stick fast glue. I am using stick fast glue. Now, I'm not sure if he will stand on his own, so I do have some of my kickstands right here in case we need to add it. Now, I will go through at the end and clean up all my edges. Typically what I do is I take a black marker like this, and I just go around the edges to clean up all the paint lines. I would do that today, but we're kind of low on time. So hi, Cynthia. That's a great idea, Miss Dolores. Totally use him for a wreath. You don't have to use him the way that I use him, which is wonderful. Hold on. There we go. All right. We're going to glue his feet and his mustache. Maybe. And then once he's all glued, we'll go in with the details. Exactly, Miss Diane. Hi, Karen. I have stock fast glue, but I haven't used it yet. Miss Barbara, I love it. All right, and I'm getting towards the end of my bottle, so it doesn't want to, you know, cooperate. I like stick fast glue because it does set up quickly and it does give you time to work. Hold on. Where'd my other piece go? Right here. Oh my God. Look what I forgot to paint. I told y'all there would be something that I would forget to paint. Oh my goodness. I am so glad I caught that before I glued on that other piece. And I'm so glad I kept the color in case. I knew, y'all. I knew there'd be something I forget. Okay, just going in, getting the rest of his little body painted. Looks okay. Go in with this guy. Just trying to get in the little nooks and crannies. All right, here we go. Let's glue. Thanks, Jill. Okay, we'll do his nose. Thank you for answering, Michelle. Yes, I cut them myself. So on top of like the chalk stuff that I do have a cutout business, a wood cutout business that I do. OMG. Look at him. All right, let's fix the nose. All right, let's do the detail work really quickly, and then we will pick a winner, okay? So do me a favor, hit the heart button, comment the word uncle, and I'm just going to add some details. I'm cheating over here, y'all. I'm looking at the paper to help me. Just going in with a Posca paint pen, adding some details. Nothing is perfect. Then we're gonna go in with our white. Oh, that's like broken. Well, heck, I broke that. of course. Hold on, y'all. It's getting there. Ugh. I need more white paint pens. There we go. Go over here. And then here. All right, and then we're gonna go in with a gray, and then we're just gonna do little, is that the gray I want? No, I want this one. I'm gonna go around his beard. Here. We're almost there, y'all. And there he is. This line's a little dark, but what do y'all think? Yes, they are. Let's see. It says it's supposed to stand on its own, but I didn't think it would. Okay, so because it doesn't stand on its own, kickstands. I'm going to include one kickstand for you to use. So you glue it down like so. And then, so if you get this Uncle Sam, he's $13. When you comment Uncle, the link is there. This will help it stand and not like flop around on you or fall around on you. But what do y'all think? I wish that this line wasn't so dark, but it's fine. He is about 8.5 to 9 inches tall. Hi, Pamela. What do y'all think? Ah, look at his foot. I messed it up. I'll fix that. The paint smeared a little bit. I'll fix it. And I'll take another picture for it. But what do y'all think? He is cute. I'm going to go in and clean up the edges too after my live. But there he is. Ignore that. I love it. Love, love, love. I think we need a little bit more black here. Yeah, there we go. I think that looks adorable. So comment the word Uncle, UNCLE. That's the first link in your message. It's $13. However, if you want me to send you an invoice for this, you can totally send me a message and I can send it to you that way, because sometimes websites and stuff are hard for people. So I'm happy to send you an invoice. You just have to send me a message. $13 for this guy, and it will come with the stand, okay? Let's do a winner really quickly. So hit the heart button. I'm going to pick one person to win a mystery cutout from me. It's just a small little way of me saying thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting, all of that. All right, get comments. I'm over my time, so I'm trying to hurry to jump off. But I think he turned out so cute, and I will fix his little foot. 328 comments to choose from. And do me a huge favor, if you want to see more crafting from me, make sure you comment !notify, just like this. This will get you signed up to receive a Facebook message every time I go live. Oh, she can't win. It's Miss Tracy from Craft Round the Clock. Okay, remove. Thank you. Here we go. So the way to get entered is all you had to do was comment. That's all you had to do, was comment, and that's it. Just interact with me. Joan Jacobs. Miss Joan, are you here? But there she is, or there he is. Love him. I'm going to go clean him up. But I will post, or you know what I'll do? What might be easier is if you join my VIP group, I can also post a picture of him in there for you to claim as well. Send me a message or go to my VIP group. I will post a picture of him, but he's $13. You get all the layers, all of that. Joan Jacobs. Is she here? Joan. Have we seen her? Thank you, Georgiana. I appreciate it. Hi, Kim. Miss Joan. Has anybody seen her comment? No. Okay. All right. I'm going to just spin another name. Let's see. Thank you for sharing this, Kimmy. I appreciate it. Nope. What is happening? Hold on. Oh my gosh. What? It keeps landing on Miss Jones, so I'm trying to pick someone else. Georgiana Spain. There we go. Miss Georgiana. Georgiana, are you still here? Now, if you are watching this, Miss Joan, you did have to be live in order to win. And so since I have not seen you comment, I picked somebody else. If Miss Georgiana is still not here, then no one will win today. Just because I'm already past my time. Thank you. Miss Georgiana, are you still here? She just commented. So, yay, Karen. All right, y'all. I'm going to hop off of here, Miss Georgiana or Miss Jones. Send me a message. But, oh, what is happening? I will see y'all tomorrow. I am definitely, yay, Miss Georgiana. Miss Georgiana, send me a message saying, hey, I won. And I'll send you a form to fill out so I can keep track of your giveaway. And I'll get it sent out to you, okay? But there he is. I'm going to go fix him, all my little mistakes. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. And I'm going to try to be on tomorrow, okay? Bye, guys.